unless I got them mixed up, I think the hand grinder is on the right, and the Oro is on the left. This one feels a little coarser, maybe. Oh, and the water's boiled. Alright, so I just added a little bit of sugar, and usually add milk, but I'm gonna try them straight first. So that one, it's a bad coffee, but it's actually not too bad. It's an older coffee. And I just got it for seasoning burrs, but I'm waiting for my new shipment, so now we're having this, and hopefully not going to drip on my phone. So, it's not bad. Okay. So this one's not bad either, but I do notice a little more of a ashy kind of bitter aftertaste. A little more like coffee tasting, like when someone has a bad coffee that they just... Yeah, this one's more like kind of more acidic. Let's say it's a cleaner flavor, but some people might not like it. If you're used to more of a traditional, just, plain black coffee, or if you want something to cut through milk, then the extra bitterness might actually be good. Yeah, but if I had to choose, this one is the hand grinder K Plus, 1zPresso or 1zPresso K Plus. This is the, this guy. The Oro. So kind of the results I expected. They do have a similar taste profile, at least for espresso, I noticed. Let's see what my friend thinks. Am I going? Oh, yeah, I'm recording.
So this one is more full-bodied, and this one is watery and sour. This was the hand grinder, and this wasn't.
I didn't think it was... Alright, well, we have slightly different interpretations of it, but which one do you prefer?
This one, for
okay.
Sure.
Did you know which one it was before you tried it? Did you know which one was which?
All I know is that that one was the hand grinder one.
Well, did I tell you that?
You did tell me that.
Did I tell you it before or after you tried it?
After I tried it.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking.
But I know I like this one better. Whatever it was,
you
this one I
You didn't know which grinder it was when you tried it?
No, I did not.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Are we arguing?
Oh, God.
Okay. So now we added milk. I'm going to try this one. This is the hand grinder one. Nice and mild. Now this one.
How do they compare?
Very similar, but I still think I like this one better.
Yeah, I thought the one on the left, the K Plus hand grinder, I thought it was more... let me try it again. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. I think there's a little more like complexity and coffee flavors in there. No, in the hand grinder one. This one's a little more harsh. I could tell there's more bitterness. I didn't think it was weak. You said you thought the one on the right was weaker, but I think it has more bitterness, which makes it seem stronger to me. But this one, it's mild with the milk, but
it's more balanced. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty mild. The lack of bitterness is nice. And yeah, that one's got a little more strength. I didn't really measure the amount of milk I put in, so it could be unequal, and that's
either way, it's caffeine, and we need it to make it through the day.
Sure, without caffeine. But yeah, I think we both like either with or without milk. The K Plus was a little better in this case. Not a perfect test since the grind was probably not exactly the same, but I think that's generally what we're gonna get. Oh, maybe we should take a let's look at the filters to see. I'm guessing actually I could tell based on how I pressed the Aeropress down, the K Plus probably has a lot less fines. This one was more difficult to press down with the same. I thought it was a coarser ground actually, so it should have been easier to press, but because of the fines, I think that clogs up the filter, makes it harder. So let's take a look at that. Right, so the Minion is on the right, and the K Plus is on the left, and I tried to mix up or raise up the bed so that you can see kind of the layer of fines that would accumulate on top. It didn't come out like that, but yeah, I'd say they're about equal. I was surprised. I thought there was more fines just based on how much it was a little harder to press the Minion one down. So I thought it seemed like there was more fines, but by eye it looks probably about the same. Maybe a little less on the K Plus, but hard to really tell, especially after I've messed up the made a mess of that. All right. Yeah, we preferred. I did notice also some weird, little bit of a bad aftertaste with the Minion one, but I think that's more on the coffee that we're using. So I'll try again with some good coffee later. Actually, maybe today. All right, so I'm gonna use these grind size, and we're gonna do the Aeropress test. Once again, 15 grams. Because I'm using good coffee. I think they are pretty close, about the same. So K Plus hand grinder by 1zPresso versus Eureka's Minion Oro single doser or whatever. Sorry if I'm showing my bias. Yeah, yeah. All right, so I put in exactly 15 grams. Oh, let's tear this. So yeah, 15 grams. This time we got good coffee. Smells good. Close that thing. So that's how you can tell when it makes a mess. That's how you can tell it's actually working. I should have tested to see how much we got out before I pumped the bellows, but yeah, this is pretty good. 14.87. There's a little 0.1 of a gram. What is that? Yeah, 0.1 of a gram. So did I say 18? I meant 15. 14. So yeah, good enough. Hand grinder should be similar. Sometimes we get some static. Yeah. So the darker Aeropress. So how I do it, we're gonna do the exact. Oh, how do I get 5 grams? Oh, I know why. Okay, so is this accurate? All right, there we go. So dump this in. Ooh. So 14.9, that's the same we got out at the other one, except this goes a little more precise, even though it's a cheap scale. Who knows if it's accurate, but yeah. I noticed something today with the Aeropress filters, looking up at the light through them. Some of them are thicker than others, so I chose 2 of them that were equally thin, just so I get as fair of a comparison as I could. I do the inverted method. Yeah, we're doing a small one, 15 grams. I usually do it concentrated, so I'm not sure what the brew ratio is, but we're gonna do about 100 grams. Last time I did 110 because I poured a little too fast. So I'm aiming for 100 grams of water, 15 grams coffee, and I like the results that way. So let me get the hand grinder going, and then we'll do the brew. After having that bad old coffee previously, this new coffee, this fresh coffee smells amazing. I guess it's good to torture yourself a little bit, and then you appreciate the nicer things. Look at that, 14.9. As predicted, it's about the same 0.1 gram loss, which I guess that's pretty good for the Eureka. But usually with espresso grind, the chute clogs. Right now it's actually not clogged because it's coarser and the bellows actually works. Otherwise, I don't think the bellows works. At least on mine, it always clogs. And I'm suspecting the for Aeropress or coarser ground methods, a K Plus hand grinder, something similar to that. Even these guys I think are better because they have more consistency, less fines in the grind. Although last time we looked at the filter and it didn't look too much too different. They're about the same. It was harder to push on this one. So the more resistance usually means more fines that are kind of obstructing the filter. All right, my water is probably cold now. I should maybe top up the heat and then get brewing. All right, so I haven't done this on video before, but we're gonna add gently. Oh, okay, 105.5. All right, now I'm gonna try it with the other one. Maybe I'll give this a second. All right. Ooh. All right, close enough. Okay, so my method, I don't know if this is the best method or not, but what I did, I'm gonna steep it for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, probably since I'm making the video, going a little longer. So what I did is I noticed there were some unwet grounds on the first one, so I gave it a little stir just on the top with a little spoon, and I did the same thing to the second one. And then I kind of also gave it a little swirl on both. And we're gonna do the black one first, and then give the other one an extra couple seconds because that one I brewed a little bit later, so they should get about equal steep time. Yeah, then we'll try it straight without sugar or milk or anything just to get the differences, and then I like to add sugar and milk, so we're gonna do that in equal amounts and compare them after, so it's relatively fair. Also, I pay attention to how much we're drinking of each before adding the milk and sugar so that it's, the coffee to milk or sugar ratio does not change. So it was about 3-minute brew time on each. All right, so we tried them both straight, and I think they're a little over extracted for us straight. It was kind of maybe just too intense. I thought there was a little bitterness, a good amount of bitterness in both of them. So we added about 2.5 grams, I think it was. 2.5 grams of coconut sugar, which goes really well with coffee, I find. And that really helped make it how we like it. Very drinkable straight without milk. They're both kind of light, fruity, intense. I think we like them both. Martha chose this one, which is, unless I mix them up, it is this guy. And they are surprisingly close. I can't tell which one I like better. I'm gonna keep tasting them. And then I'll add a little milk and see what goes better with milk as well. But they're very similar, and the Minion did better than I thought. I thought it was going to be bitter, and I thought the K Plus was going to be a lot cleaner and less bitter, but maybe it's the way I brewed it. Kind of let it... Oh, fuck. Dead. Battery's dead. Yeah. My phone battery died mid-filming. We tried again as the cup was cooling, and we did find the hand grinder, the K Plus, actually was better than this guy, the Oro Minion, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, just seemed we noticed the difference more as it cooled. It was fruitier, just more pleasing. There's a little more bitterness, and also when we added milk, we preferred the hand grinder. So looking at on the right, we have tried to break up. It's not focusing. I tried to break up so that you can see the top layer. They're probably about the same. There's a good ledge there, but it's hard to focus on. Nope, that's not working. Yeah, it's about the same, but... Oh, this one... Yeah, so you can see there's like hardly any fine layer on the... I was going to say the unimodal, but no, it's actually the K Plus. Very little fines on the hand grinder. But less fines than I thought on the Eureka. Doesn't seem like it's excessive. I've seen people with worse results for sure. But yeah, with milk, we definitely noticed fruitier, smoother, nicer. We both preferred the K Plus hand grinder to this guy. Sorry, Eureka. I think the same deal with the Specialita. They produce a good chocolatey blended flavor kind of profile with lots of body, and it's good for espresso. But so is the hand grinder, and we thought the hand grinder for espresso, it turned it a little better because it had more body, more richness to it. But that could have just been the one time. So I'll keep testing. Hand grinder versus this guy. Very similar profile though. I was surprised. But yeah, definitely more nice, pleasant fruitiness in the Aeropress for K Plus hand grinder. It is one of the better grinders. So it's kind of, I mean, for a hand grinder and also for coarse ground. So it's kind of an unfair comparison. But I think it also beat it with espresso, which is a little embarrassing for this guy. Yep, that's my findings so far.